What is really going on in the market right now? Because if you look at the price of Bitcoin right here, you see market breakout of this level of important support and came all the way to the downside, collect liquidity from this very area at this very point with this very low. Will this market move all the way to this very point of 100k before the next move to the upside? And in this video, let's discuss all of this. One of the most important thing in this video is that I believe two reasons are responsible for this very drop we are seeing on Bitcoin. I'm going to share with you those two reasons in this very video so that you better look at your perspective and look at it in the right direction of the market. And if you come to the pie price action, you discover that market has dropped a little bit into this very area of important support. Market have capability of moving upward for retracement before continuation to the downside. And on ETH, market move all the way to the downside into this very area. Market have capability of moving upward again, retracement before the next continuation to the upside. Let's discuss all of this in detail in this very video, so watch this video gradually all the way to the very end. The most important thing right now is the price of BTC. BTC have a lot of dropping momentum. That is, the bearish momentum right now is very aggressive on Bitcoin, and there are a couple of reasons why I believe this is happening on the price action, and I want to share with you these reasons so that you better position yourself for the next move all the way to the upside or to the downside. The first thing here is, if we come to the 1-day chart, which is very important, this is very clear on the price action, which is what I've been expecting, that market correct a little bit and not aggressive drop all the way to the downside. On the 1-day chart right here, you discover that market has been moving all the way to the upside. We've seen significant move all the way from this very area right here, where the market dumped into $76,000 and $75,000, and market pick up within this very point. We see a breakout, market move upward. We see this very move, market move upward until market move into this very area, creating a new all-time high. One thing that is very crucial on this very price action is that on the 1-day chart, there is an important divergence on the MACD indicator. Look at it right here. There is this divergence that have been on this very price action, and the reason why the market need to correct a little bit before continuation to the upside. I don't believe market is going to crash all the way down. Some persons are expecting market to go back to 90k and 80k. For me, that is not a possibility. It can occur, but that is not what I am expecting right now on price action. Look at it. This very point, market have been coming all the way to the downside. If you connect the histogram peak right here, this very peak, you connect to this very peak, you connect to this very peak, it is called that market has been sloping downward on the MACD indicator. So there is a drop in momentum. That is what this means. However, if you look at price action, momentum have been increasing all the way to the upside. This is a clear indication or a call that markets have capacity of retracing before the next move to the upside, which is a possibility in the market. And like I always say, when you see retracement in the market, it's not that the market is going to always drop down. Market have possibility correcting and then before the next move to the upside. And when you see retracement in the market, it's not a bad thing, okay, except that retracement get out of hand or break key levels. So in this very case, what I am expecting is for the market to retrace, and that's what we're seeing right now because of this very divergence that is on the 1-day chart. 1-day chart divergence is very strong compared to the 4-hour chart divergence. Okay, that's what you need to understand as well when it comes to divergence trading. So this divergence is a bearish divergence because market was moving upward and then the indicator was sloping downward, as you can see right here on the MACD histogram. What that also entails is that market should retrace because of this or impulsive move. Market are moving all the way to the upside without good retracement. So market should retrace before continuation to the upside. So you see that this retracement is necessary for the next healthy impulsive move in the market. So that is what I am expecting right now because of this very impulsive move that is going to come into the market very soon as a result of what we are seeing on price action 1-day chart. If you come back to the 4-hour chart, you discover that market is going to move from this very area. We should see market move upward before the next move downward and then the final move to the upside. For me, I am expecting right now for the market to move all the way to the upside. Of course, this is weekend already, so the momentum will not be that aggressive. In most cases, in few of the time, market is going to be aggressive, moving all the way to the upside during weekend. But right now, I am expecting markets to move upward, either with big momentum or with little momentum. Market should move upward for correction of this very impulsive move. Retracement should come in right now before the next move to the downside. And I believe the next move to the downside will be the last impulsive move after this retracement that is in the market right now, before the final move all the way to the upside for Bitcoin to create another new all-time high. So conclusively, what I'm expecting right now is retracement and then next impulsive move before the final move to the upside. So one more impulsive move is a possibility before the market is going to move all the way to the upside, or market can just move all the way from here straight to the upside on the price of Bitcoin. Now, one thing very important is that if you consider on-chain data, it is discovered that on-chain data is still pointing to the market moving all the way to the upside, 200k, 250k, and also 300k, all the way upward. Because of this on-chain data, I am very confident that even though market drop a little bit after this very retracement that's coming to the market right now, market is going to still move all the way to the upside into 150, 200 and 250k, as the case may be, in the next coming months. So this is what I am expecting on the 4-hour chart. So this very divergence is the number one reason why this retracement is important and what we are seeing right now. The second one is because of the tariff. Okay, 3 federal judges actually lifted those tariffs, that means President Trump tariff, on most of their trading partners, and said those tariffs were not necessary and also does not get Congress or Senate approval. Here is the deal. Once that announcement came on board, that was about 48 hours to 72 hours ago, we see the price of stock begin to increase a little bit, and then President Trump and the team begin to talk about other options that they can use. However, they still appeal the case, and of course, they are going to get justice for that very tariff to still remain intact, for negotiation to take place before any movement to the upside. So it's also part of what fueled the market coming all the way to the downside, because those tariffs is still in place, especially when they get that very judgment from the appeal court. Is going to also help the market to move all the way to the upside, because we've actually get through this very tariff, because most of the United States trading partners are coming to the table for negotiation. So there is no need panicking about tariff if trading partners are coming for negotiation and they are not imposing retaliatory tariff, okay, on the United States. And this is very, very important. And one thing here is the BTCUSDT 4-hour chart. If you look at it, market come all the way to the downside. I was expecting market to move upward from this very area before the next move to the downside. And of course, I said if market break out on this level of resistance, market should move upward. Of course, market did not come there. Market continued dumping all the way into this very area of interest. And the exact same point where I mark out right here on this very price action is where the market is right now, which is also very important. And what I'm looking at right now is a collection of liquidity. Liquidity is very important, because when market collect liquidity from the market, it means that market now have capability of moving upward, because market always look for liquidity point to grab liquidity so that it will have capacity to move all the way to the upside. Look at it right here. There is liquidity right at this very point, okay? And I believe that the market have capability, since the market dropped into this area and liquidity have not been taken off the market, market should come back down, okay, from here to the downside, collect liquidity before the next move to the upside. That is what I am expecting right now, to be very specific, on the price of BTCUSDT 4-hour chart. Market can move up a little bit, but I still expect market to come down to grab liquidity from this very point before the next move all the way to the upside, which is very important. Pay attention to this to be in the right direction of the market. ETHUSDT 4-hour chart, discover that the market come back down after creation of this new high right here. Market come back down right now. I'm expecting the market to move upward before the continuation all the way to the downside. However, the market is still very bullish on the 1-day chart and also the 1-week chart on ETH. But right at this very point, discover that market come back down. So a possible liquidity grab as well from this very area is necessary on ETH. Look at it, market have not grabbed liquidity from this very point, and so therefore we can have another shift to the downside and into this very area of $2,500 $2,400 before the final move to the upside on ETH. If we don't cross this very area, I don't see any reason taking a short position. This is my personal opinion. You may have something very contrary to this, and that is very fine. I don't see any reason taking a short position if we don't cross this very area of $2,400 $2,300 per ETH, which is what I am personally looking at. Because for me, if the market creates a high right here, that is a new high, and then come back down, it's not a call for taking short position, because market can also move all the way to the upside in as much as we see maybe one structure break or so. So if we need to take a short position, market should come all the way to the downside, break out of this level of important support, come back down, and then move upward, fail to create a new high before we can now say that market is going to definitely go down. This is very important, and this is what you need to pay attention to as well to be in the right direction of the market. Right now, the one-day chart and the one-week chart is very, very bullish on ETH. Check it out yourself. You see that those charts are very bullish, and there are all indications that the market have capability of moving all the way to the upside, and that is what I am also paying attention to right now on my price action. So right now, on the immediate short term, expect market to move upward, then come back down. That's the possibility to collect liquidity from here before the next move upward, or market can just come all the way to the downside to collect liquidity from here all the way to the upside. What I am personally doing is not to take a short position in any situation. I am waiting for the market to move upward. I am not taking a short, okay? Instead of that, I will consider taking a long position with my strategy. Coin market cap, it discovered that the global crypto market capitalization has dropped significantly from $3.44 trillion to $3.28 trillion. This is a significant drop, we can say, but market is still going to move all the way to the upside. Is still within $3.20 trillion and above. So that is not a significant drop. It's just the fact that market dropped a little bit, and more price is going to come and liquidity is going to flow into the market, in my opinion, next week for the market to move upward before next week end. This is my personal opinion, what I'm expecting from the market right now. Consider supporting this channel by leaving a like for this video, subscribe if you have not, and turn on the bell notification for more crypto videos like this one. Also check the channel for all that crypto content. Join our Telegram channel, the link in the description of this very video and also in the pinned comment. It is a free channel, link down below. Join right now. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.